This is our fruit cage after the spring tidy up, and we've got raspberries there and fruit trees here. We've got a plum, a pear, cherry and something else that I can't remember. And then we've got some soft fruit here. We've got some black currants, red currants and some gooseberries. And in here, in some ericaceous soil, is one of our blueberries, and that's coming along, beginning to bud now, which is looking good. And then around on this side we have 3 more, but this first one looks like it's died, so we'll replace that one this year. And then we have these 2 in pots in ericaceous soil, and you have to have a few varieties, at least 2, so that they can fertilize one another. So they've had their feed, their spring feed, and a topping of cow manure, because it's ericaceous, and some wood chip. So this is plot 3 that we took over about 2 years ago, and we built this raised bed, and in here we have filled it with ericaceous soil and put 3 more blueberries in. They are 3 different varieties. I can't remember exactly what they are, but you do need different varieties to cross-pollinate with one another to improve the fruiting. So don't just have 1 of one sort or 2 of one sort. Try and mix them up a little bit, and that will improve the fruiting of your blueberries. Make sure it's in ericaceous, top it up with ericaceous soil, feed it with ericaceous, and use anything that's kind of acidic, pine leaves, Christmas leaves, Christmas pines, and wood chip, and it keeps them very happy. This is our delivery of wood chip from the people who have the account for the allotment site. There you go. You're going to drive forward? Yep. So I'm just taking out the last of our Jerusalem artichokes that we grow in this tub, and we do that because they're very they'll take over the whole plot, because if you don't get every single one out, they will just grow and grow and grow. So I've just turned over the last here, and you can see there are loads of Jerusalem artichokes, and I'll put in 1 or 2 of these back in the ground for next year's crop. So it's a perennial crop in a way. We don't have to buy anything, but what I will do is put some fish blood and bone in here and some chicken manure, and if I've got some extra compost, I'll just top it up. But you can see it's a beautiful crop of Jerusalem artichokes, and these will be springing back into action it's nearly the end of February, so they'll start to sprout, which is why we've got to take them out now. So there are 2 varieties of Jerusalem artichokes that I'm aware of. There may be more, and you can tell me if there are. This one and this one. I have no idea what they're called, but I shall have a little look and see if I can put it in the on here for you. We started off with this variety of Jerusalem artichoke, but this is very knobbly and very hard to peel. And then I got this one, which, as you can see, is a lot smoother, easier to peel. I don't think they taste any different, but maybe some of you are more connoisseurs of the Jerusalem artichoke and may know the difference. And if you do, please let me know. But whatever you do, they do grow tall because they're a member of the sunflower family. So they can grow 6 foot plus tall with small yellow flowers. And just remember, they don't have the nickname of artichokes for nothing. So happy eating and happy growing. My first early potatoes, swift, in some buckets, and they've got some lovely chits on them. I'll take 1 or 2 of these off, but they're looking really good, well chitted. And I'm going to put 2 potatoes in each of these buckets, and I'm going to put some canes around them, just a few, so that when the foliage starts to come up. Last year the foliage was all over the place, and then I couldn't put any canes in because I didn't know where the potatoes were. And then I'm going to clear some space over here and put the potatoes up there out the way. They're first early, so they won't be here for very long, and I'll show you a few of the buckets once I've finished. This potting compost I put together last year, and it's a mixture of multi-purpose compost and John Innes compost as well, so it's quite rich. And I think I put some cucumbers in here, so I'm going to reuse it in here. And I've put a mixture of some fish blood and bone and some chicken pellets, just to give it a bit of a oomph. And then after this year, I'll put it on the garden, and I'll also give it a little bit more feed during the year with either some liquid feed or whatever. I've also cutting some comfrey, so I might put that on. Anyway, I'll show you all of these when they're done. So happy gardening, everybody. If you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, it's free. And next to the subscribe button is a little bell. Press on the bell and select all, and that will notify you of any future videos that I do. Any comments or questions, put in the box below, and I hope you join me for the next round of planting and growing on our allotment. Until then, happy gardening, everybody. Bye.